Mr. Massa. I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, given to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
We get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time Queen Goddess goes live. Now let's get ready to get into it. Let's see who we have in here. Let me put on my spectacles. All right, Truth Brown, Gregory, 57 Beige Fox, Desmond. All right, let's get ready to get black into it. Prince of Paraphernalia, J Love the Queen, Trisha. Okay, Right is here. All right, Chili Willy from Philly, Melanina. Okay, Buckhorst DC, Adwa L is here. All right, DeCarlo is here. Let's get into it, Shoshana. Okay, we the people. Youngest Turnip is here. So shout out to all of my loyal worlds and everyone tuned into the Queen. I see you, Cookie. And a big shout out to my moderators because y'all know they be putting in work. I see you, Greta Lee. Okay, so now before we get started, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. I see you, CW Major. Okay, here we go.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find her products at Walmart.com. And don't forget that she has a sale coming up for July the 4th. Okay, now with that all being said, let's talk about the Haitians. Because why are they mad at the FBA, African Americans, whatever you want to call yourself? Why are they going in on us all over TikTok? Okay, because for one, we don't have anything to do with their TPS. That's what we don't have anything to do with. As many as 300,000 Haitians face removal from the United States as the Trump administration moves to end their temporary protected status. Now, I reported this to you all days ago, and when I did, I spoke favorably of them. I thought, okay, I expressed that I find that Trump is likely getting rid of them because of their melanin, and that these white South Africans are steadily being allowed into the country. So anyway, they want to blame us. I really don't know why. But so let's get into it. Like, up, everyone, please like and share. Because as I recall, Tom Homan, known as the border czar, was going in on them, and so was Stephen Miller. Let's go to Stephen Miller's ugly self first. Okay, he looks like a hard-boiled egg by the face. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should not call him ugly. I'll say attractive deficient, as I often do. Okay, but let's get into it. Because I just don't know why. It seems like everyone wants to pick on FBA. It's like everyone wants to come for us for what? What are we doing besides minding our own black business? I mean, first, it's the MAGA types mad about the Carmelo Anthony trial. It's the Asians because of the Rick Chow verdict. In fact, that we want to now keep our money in our own communities. It was the Latinas months ago. And now here we go with the Haitians. But are they talking about that girl who said that, who called us dirty black African Americans? Isn't that what you said about us on that podcast? I wonder if they're talking about that, because last I checked, it wasn't us who came out and said anything to disparage them. Okay, it was the other way around. Okay, and also it isn't all of us, nor is it all of them. I really just think it's so foolish because, you know, many of the Haitians, you can't tell the difference between them and us. Just my opinion. Now, some of y'all FBA probably going to get mad about that, but to me, some of them could blend in with us. So I just think it's so crazy that we're bickering amongst ourselves, okay, when we all have the same common foe. But let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Are closed fully to asylum seekers. All asylum claims across the southwest border are always fake. In every case, they're either criminals, benefit seekers. Every single illegal immigrant who comes to the United States is brought here by a cartel. The Biden administration flew over, probably more than 1 million illegal immigrants from Haiti. Of course, if you no longer have status in this country, then you're supposed to be deported. Haitians live in Haiti. It's not our position that Haitians should leave Haiti. It'd be crazy for us to say that Haitians couldn't live in Haiti. It's their country. Of course, Haitians should live in Haiti.
The Supreme Court voted 6-3 to allow the Trump administration to end legal protections for migrants fleeing violence and natural disaster in Haiti and Syria, exposing hundreds of thousands more people to potential deportation. The Department of Homeland Security can now end temporary protected status, a program that protects a total of 1.3 million people from 17 countries. White House advisor Stephen Miller reacted to Supreme Court decision, saying the U.S. is completely closed to asylum seekers and Haitian refugees who receive temporary protected status should leave the country.
The country doesn't have a future if the Supreme Court doesn't rule in your favor on the birthright citizenship case. If they don't, what actions is the administration?
Right. Well, just to be clear, what I said is that this country doesn't have a future if we don't end birthright citizenship. Obviously, the right and correct way to end birthright citizenship is for the Supreme Court to rule what the 14th Amendment clearly and correctly means. But one way or another, this nation has to end birthright citizenship. Do you have another question?
So what actions does the administration...
Now, quite frankly, as he's talking about how this nation needs to end birthright citizenship, question is, where is he from? Where is Stephen Miller from? Because he's not from here, is he? Yeah, no, he isn't. Okay, he isn't. Okay, so I find it interesting that he has so much to say, and he's not even from here himself. Okay, he is a native to the United States, and neither are many of these other people who are talking about deporting anybody. But let's continue.
Plan on taking next as well on asylum.
Yes.
There are millions of asylum seekers right now who are still waiting for their cases to be heard by federal judges. What is the administration doing to try to move some of those along the process?
Well, I think the most important point is that this administration, on the asylum point, is we've implemented international agreements all over the world to take in our asylum seekers. So America's doors are closed fully to asylum seekers. We've set up agreements where if you want asylum, then we will find a country elsewhere in the world to take you. It's very simple, very elegant. very complete solution. Now, of course, as you know, you've heard me talk about here many times before, all asylum claims across the southwest border are always fake. They always involve somebody who is coming from a country where they're not being persecuted based on race, religion, ethnicity, so on and so forth. Overwhelmingly, right, they're coming from other countries in the Western Hemisphere where there's no persecution based on religion, no persecution based on race, etc. In many cases, of course, they also come through dozens of other countries on their way here, where if they wanted asylum, they should have sought it first. In every case, they're either criminals, benefit seekers, economic migrants, welfare seekers, etc., etc.
Like his nerve. Okay, I like his nerve, honey. What? First of all, the people who look like him are the main ones getting welfare. Let's get that straight. Do you all hear this? Said they're the fake asylum seekers coming here for benefits, okay, and welfare seekers. So people have to come all the way to the U.S. to get welfare, Stephen Miller. Oh, honey, I cannot stand this man. He is a whole devil as far as I'm concerned. But listen to him go off. Now, I want you all to pay attention because at the end of the day, he said all this about Haitians, but this is how he feels about all heavily melanated people. Okay, because I'm not going to give him, Trump, or any of the devils within their administration the benefit of any doubt. They want them gone because of their hue. That's just what it is. Okay, and they have a whole lot of nerve because none of them are actually from here either, and that includes Trump. But let's continue.
Coming to join family members and so forth. But the good news for them is that we have other countries willing to take them. Yes, you had a question?
Will you accept humanitarian exceptions? And also, like for you, please, to comment on the rise of socialism in the United States, especially in the northern enclaves of New York.
Yes. Well,
how is that going to change the way you campaign for humanitarian?
well, so first of all,
Greta said he thinks he's cooking. Yes, he clearly does. Okay, the only thing cooked is his looks. All right, Slowburn said Haiti tried to sue France for what they stole. France refused. I'll bet they did refuse. They need to give back what they stole, okay? That's why Africa is done with them. And here's the thing, the U.S. has refused also. I told you all, they wouldn't even admit that chattel slavery is one of the worst human atrocities, the worst human atrocity. I don't care what anybody says, it's the worst. Okay, the stuff that happened to the African Americans, FBA, that's the worst. But they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to give us our reparations, and France doesn't want to give anything to the Haitians. And here's the thing, listen, you know, the Haitians can say what they want. Some of them are not hateful or have a problem with us, but many of them do. And it's really sad because here's the thing, I feel like most of us have always been proud of them and how they fought, you know, during the Haitian Revolution of 1804 to gain their freedom. And that is why they're so hated around the world. Because they were the ones who fought back. I mean, we fought back too. Let's not get it twisted. But at the end of the day, they gained their independence. And these people are still mad about it to this day. My question is, rather than going in on FBA, blaming us, okay, for the TPS, why aren't they going in on the people that are doing this to them? Why aren't they talking about Stephen Miller, Tom Homan, Megyn Kelly, who had so much to say, all those hateful, racist words that she spewed just days ago? I don't see them making any videos about her. And that's the problem. Okay, because it seems to me like they're just scapegoating us because we don't have anything to do with it. And then saying that we're glad that they're leaving. I'm not glad that they're leaving. They don't bother me. Okay. Quite frankly, none of the immigrants here bother me, but specifically not the ones that look like me. So I just find it all interesting. But let's continue.
On humanitarian issues, the most humanitarian thing that we can do is, which is what we are doing and have done, is to end illegal immigration. That is the most humanitarian thing. Every single illegal immigrant who comes to the United States is brought here by a cartel, by a foreign terrorist organization. Those individuals are often raped, they're often beaten, they're often robbed. They come here, it's a form of indentured servitude. They have to pay off their debts to the cartel after they arrive. And beyond all of that, the profits that they earn from that human smuggling goes into kidnapping, torture, sex.
You know, he didn't say anything about kidnapping, torture, and he's about to say sexual trafficking or sex trafficking. Why didn't he talk about what's going on over there in the West Bank? Why didn't he talk about what's happening in the Gaza Strip? Why does he talk about that? Okay, trying to make these people look so bad. Honey, he could never. I just find it all interesting. But he does think he's cooking.
Trafficking, drug trafficking, fentanyl. So this is a very important point. the individuals, by the way, so let's say you're an illegal immigrant from Mexico. You know full well who is smuggling you. When you pay them $6,000, you understand those $6,000 are going to one of the evilest organizations on planet Earth. You know that when you do it. And it's a sinful thing, but we're doing the best we can and have done an extraordinary job under President Trump's leadership. There has been 13, I believe is the correct number, consecutive months with, maybe it's actually 14 now, but 13 or 14 consecutive months with not a single person released across the southern border, which has never been achieved before. Yes, back there in the blue jacket.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm done listening to this man. This man is just so vile. It just makes me literally sick to my stomach to listen to him or to hear him speak. Okay, it's just the truth. Now let's go to Tom Homan, the AKA border czar. But before we do, let me say this. Here's the thing. Hostility toward Haitians in Haiti is largely driven by historic anti-Black racism, okay? Geopolitical exploitation and xenophobia, quite frankly. Now, following the 1804 Haitian Revolution, the world's first successful enslaved uprising, other nations isolated Haiti. Historic resentments combined with modern economic anxieties, political scapegoating continue to fuel negative perceptions. You see, like I said, these people are mad because they freed themselves, they gained and won their independence and fought relentlessly to do so. Now, the legacy of the 1804 revolution. Because Haiti was a free Black republic founded by formerly enslaved people, colonial powers feared its example. You see, Western nations, including the United States, enacted economic embargoes to isolate the country. France famously forced Haiti to pay a ruinous financial indemnity for its independence, plunging the nation into generational debt. Okay, xenophobia and political scapegoating. Now, in political spheres, anti-Haitian sentiment is frequently weaponized. In the United States and the neighboring Dominican Republic, Haitian immigrants are often scapegoated for economic challenges or cultural differences. And then there's the fact of colorism, which is deeply rooted. Much of the hatred directed at Haitian or Haiti stems from structural racism and anti-Blackness. Now, we know all about that because the same thing happens to us all around the world, specifically here in the U.S. As a nation of Black immigrants, Haitians are doubly marginalized by global racial biases. Media portrayals of poverty also is a factor. Haiti has faced catastrophic natural disasters and deep political turmoil. Mainstream media often focuses heavily on their crises, such as gang violence or poverty, without contextualizing the long history of foreign intervention. Now, I want you all to pay attention because here's the thing. Let's not forget how that woman went over there acting as a mercenary or missionary and snatched up 33 Haitian children, trying to kidnap them, abduct them to bring to the United States, likely for S trafficking, in my opinion. And then Bill and Hillary Clinton went over there and spoke for her so that she could get freed. And also, let's not forget how they collected all of those billions of dollars, the Clintons allegedly, and then only built about 6 houses or so. What did they do with all the rest of the cash? I mean, they're not going in on these people, but they're going in on us. We don't have anything to do with it. And I do believe that we were the ones complaining and going off, okay, when they were beaten with whips at the border by Border Patrol agents just a few years ago. Do you all remember that? Because I know I went in about it. I reported on that. You all remember that, right? Hence the picture in the thumbnail. Okay, but let's continue. Let's go to Tom Homan. Then I'm going to go to some of the videos of what they have to say about us. I mean, like I said, I guess everybody wants to pile onto FBA and just make us, the issue when we're just minding our own Black business. D Major says, Tom Homan, you mean Elmer Fudd, allegedly? Whatever you want to call him, honey. He looks like the white version of Mr. Potato Head without the mustache to me. Okay, and thank you for your insight to the topic, beloved, and your contribution to the channel. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, let's get into it.
TPS has never been temporary. That's why the whole statute exists. Temporarily give people protection while the country's in turmoil or after they suffer a hurricane. But the problem is no administration have had the guts to actually follow that statute. President Trump has the guts to follow the law. So temporary means temporary. When the condition of that country gets better, they need to go home. There are millions of people standing in line want to be a part of the greatest nation on earth. And that goes back to my early point. People say, why do you arrest them if they're not criminal under 10 years? Because they cheated the system. They may have been in 10 years. So let's remember, when you enter the country illegally, it's a crime. And they're doing that, putting themselves in front of the line while millions of people are taking their tests, doing their background investigation, paying their fees to be part of the greatest nation on earth. So temporary means temporary, and I'm grateful for that decision. All right, first of all, I want to thank Governor DeSantis, state of Florida, for the cooperation partnership. He's right. When the President of the United States, Donald Trump, came in office, he declared a national emergency. Governor DeSantis was on the phone with me within days, understanding the President declared a national emergency. How can I help? We had many discussions, and he did. He stepped up in the time of need, and he continues to step up. Today doesn't end the cooperation. He told you a few minutes ago, his 287G numbers are beyond any other state in the country, by far. Which means what? That means more criminal aliens are off the street in your neighborhoods in the state of Florida, making Florida safer, making this country safer. President Trump came in office.
I'm sorry, but nowhere in the United States is safe when we have all of these PDF files who look like him specifically, and all of these hate groups, okay, all of these mass shooters, school shooters, serial killers. The United States is not safe, period. But let's let him cook.
Office, why did you declare a national emergency? Let's be clear where we were at and why the Governor DeSantis stepped up. Millions of illegal aliens released. Properly vetted. We don't have access to many criminal databases in other countries. Matter of fact, many of these countries don't have an NCIC. So to say they're properly vetted means they're vetted against our databases. But we didn't have their criminal history in other states. Millions of illegal aliens released on the streets without proper vetting. National security threats. Under Trump 45, we had 14 apprehended on the southern border. Under Joe Biden, over 400.
Now he's talking about trafficking of women and children is sky high. So he wants to blame that on the Haitians. I find it all interesting. But with that being said, let's go to what some of them have said about us. And again, like I said, I don't understand where all the hate's coming from us or for us, because we haven't done anything. Like, we literally didn't say, oh, we're so glad you can kick out of the country. We didn't say anything. And I haven't seen nary a video, and I said nary. I haven't seen nary a video from any of them about what Megyn Kelly said, but I did speak on what Megyn Kelly said about them the other day, didn't I? Didn't I go in on Megyn Kelly for what she said about the Haitians? I mean, I'm catching strays over here, people. Okay, because I know some of y'all have talked trash about the Haitians, but I'm not one of those people, is all I'm saying. Okay, I'm not one of those people because I don't really see the need to be divisive and all of that. The ones who don't like us, I just choose to stay away from them, are the ones that do. And that goes for any of these immigrants who look like me, no, are almost like me. There's Africans who don't like us, and some of them do. And I don't have anything bad to say about the ones that do, but the ones that don't like us, well, I'm going to go in on them just like the rest of y'all. Okay? Please pay attention. But let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Short and sweet. This is for all the African Americans and FBA, all you ignorant people. How dare y'all, and shame on y'all. How dare y'all talk down on Haitian people like that? Have you guys no shame? Like, this is why black people all around the world, not only black people, let me strike that statement. This is why everybody in the world, everybody, white, black, Spanish, Chinese, Indian, whatever, they look at African American people, black people in the United States as crumb, as idiots, as fools, because the level.
He is going in on us. Are y'all listening? Pay attention. He says that everybody looks at us like fools, as crumbs. Here's the thing. They don't. They don't. Now they can say that because a lot of people hate on us. But the fact of the matter is, everybody, including you, sir, including some of these Haitians, you all copy our style. You are drenched in our culture. Okay, you listen to our music, you dress like us, you talk like us. Okay, that's just what it is. Where's your accent, sir? Sit down somewhere. Okay, sit down somewhere. Everybody hates on us because they want to be like us. That's just what it is. So I don't care about all these people mad at African Americans. We haven't done anything to anybody. Okay, they keep talking about black on black crime, but what you never hear them talk about is black on Haitian crime, black on white crime, black on anybody else crime. Okay, that's what you don't hear. So it's no shock to me or any of us, I'm sure, that everybody wants to pile in on us. Okay, that's just what it is. All right, and they hate on us for a reason. Clearly, I mean, if you don't have haters, then that means you're not doing anything right, right? And then here's the thing: for that girl that had the nerve to call us, D-Mage said Haitians are black, Queen. Well, they don't call themselves black. They don't call themselves black. Ask Roland Martin. Roland Martin was talking to the wanton supremacist Richard Spencer years ago on TV1. And that man asked him, you're black, right? You're a black man, right? Roland said, first of all, I'm a man. Second of all, I'm Christian. He never said he was black. They don't consider themselves black. Now, they may be the same hue as us, but they don't call themselves black. That's what we do. Jamaicans don't really call themselves that either. These black immigrants do not call themselves black, beloved. Now, you can look at them and say they're black, but that's not how they identify themselves. Okay, that's just isn't the way they identify themselves. You may find a handful of them that do, but most of them do not. But I like his nerve trying to go in on us talking about everybody thinks we're so ignorant and all of that. Well, I'm not even gonna say what a lot of the world thinks about you, sir.
Level of ignorance that we spew out our mouths, how can they think any different? We hate ourselves. I never seen a group of people who hate themselves more than African Americans or just black people in period. Jesus Christ. But I'm sticking on the African Americans right now. You guys gotta come to the front. This shit is outrageous.
We're already in the front, honey. That's why you're talking about us. We're already in the front. What are you talking about? Never seen a group of people that hate themselves. Honey, the people who hate themselves are the people that try to emulate us instead of being themselves. You don't see us going around here acting like other folk. Okay? We set the trend. So we are the culture. Okay? Everybody follows our lead. I don't care what race they are with ethnic group. Okay? Even the Karens follow us. All right? Yes, they do. Even the Klansmen. Don't make me pull up that picture again of a whole Klansman wearing locks in his head. Okay, trying to be like us. Like, please sit down somewhere. But let's continue.
So y'all talking down on Haitian people about this TPS program or whatever it is, you know. Haitian people were allowed to come into this country under certain circumstances, but it has to be, and it was always temporary, right? Cool. Mind you, Haitian people aren't even the only people who are here in the United States of America under the same program. We're not the only people. This program isn't only up just for us. This program is up for a lot of other people from different countries. But yeah.
Sir, we know that. But here's the thing. Why is he sitting here saying that we were talking down on them about it? Whatever. When were we doing videos going in on them about it? I didn't see not a one until they started talking greasy. Then I started seeing videos pop up with FBA talking trash. But prior to that, I didn't see any of that. Did you all? See, this is nothing more than displaced anger. That's just all it is, because you're not doing videos talking trash about Stephen Miller, Trump, okay, Tom Homan, Megyn Kelly. You're not talking about any of these people, okay, who have disparaged them. That's what they're not doing, and I just don't get it. Why pick us? Like, it's like everybody wants to scapegoat us. Don't y'all find that interesting? Don't y'all find that interesting that they want to scapegoat us? Megyn said all that hateful rhetoric the other day, and here he is, and many of them doing videos dragging us as if we're the ones who got Trump and his nefarious administration to end their protected status. We didn't have anything to do with it. It was temporary from the beginning. Okay, it was temporary. You should have known that one day it would come to an end, and it has nothing to do with us.
But yet, here we got black people over here talking shit about other black people. I haven't heard nothing about no Jamaican people who gotta go back. I didn't hear nothing about no Venezuelan people who gotta go back. I haven't heard no shit talking about the Colombians. I didn't hear no shit talking about the Dominicans. I didn't hear no shit talking about the Hondurans. I didn't hear none of that. But they got energy for Haitians. Copy. Now, I can speak on this topic because I got the best of both worlds. I'm Haitian and American. I'm Haitian American. I was born here in America. Both my parents, both sides of my family, strictly Haitians. Not only am I Haitian American, but I'm highly educated, highly blessed, and highly favored. Don't forget that. And I'm going to come on here and I'm going to speak absolute truth with nothing but facts and history, not ignorance, all right? I'm not about to be speaking on here just strictly off emotions.
Okay, I'm about to let him go. He's talking about he's not going to come here speaking off of emotions. Everything he says sounds emotional. He hasn't spewed any facts yet. He has not spoken any facts yet. Everything he said thus far is his opinion. And he's sitting up there with those ugly arse glasses that look like the cheap ones they give you at the movie theater for 3D movies. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead to the next video because I've heard enough from him. Okay, he's not making any sense whatsoever. Darn shame. It's a darn shame, beloveds. I mean, I guess we're here to get dragged. Pay attention.
About TPS, and for whatever reason, a bunch of Black Americans jumped up there. I don't even know what half the people on my post are talking about, but having a lot of shit to say about Haitians and TPS and going back home. And I'm really confused about it because my post was not about Black Americans at all. I didn't mention Black Americans, and I'm not sure what the correlation is. Like, what do Black Americans have to do with TPS in the first place? Like, maybe I need to post a visual representation of what's going on so, like, there's no confusion. So this is the Supreme Court. There's two Black people, both married to white people. This one's one of the most conservative Black people I've ever heard of that, be tap dancing and shucking and jiving and everything else. So with all due respect to my Black Americans, like, no beef. I respect everything that you've done in this country. And I do understand that because of your contributions in this country is the reason why there are immigrants able to be here. But you didn't make the decision, respectfully. Like, I'm not talking to you. There's no reason to talk to you. You didn't give TPS. You can't take it away. You're not able to give. We're fighting the same oppressor. You're waiting to get repaired just like we are. So I don't understand how I have a bunch of Black Americans who are also waiting to get repaired by the same oppressor that I want to get repaired from, and sitting here like, go home. I'll give you $2,100 in the plane ticket from whose money? Like, you're still waiting on your cut. Like, what? I'm not understanding. Like, this ain't about y'all. Respectfully, it's just not. So I made a.
Well, I'm glad to hear it isn't, beloved. At least in her eyes, it isn't. I like her locks, by the way. Now, with that all being said, she wasn't really talking greasy, but like I said, some of them are. Janet said using our lingo, shucking and jiving. Exactly. But acting like we don't have culture. Okay, and we're just some lames that everybody hates and looks down upon. Please. Make it all make sense.
You know, so funny today. I was on TikTok. I saw this black lady talking about Haitian go back home. Okay. And they were saying you didn't build nothing here. Go back and build your own country. I need her to rephrase what she said about your own country part. Yes, lady. Yeah, we have our own country. We have a country. Here we go. To go back to. Here we go. Where are you going back to? Because Trump pretend like he likes you guys. Some white people think pretend like they like you guys. Some, but guess what? One day the table will turn and they ask you to go back home. They're gonna ask us to go back. They're gonna ask you to go back home one day.
Gonna ask us to go back home. Girl, we are at home. What are you talking about? Where does she think we're from? Oh, she thinks we're from Africa. Yeah, we're not. Okay, all of us are not from Africa, honey. I'm indigenous to this land formerly known as Turtle Island. Okay, but let's let her cook.
Okay, lady. they're gonna ask you to go back home one day. The table will turn.
No, they won't.
Okay.
You see how this Haitian lady is gloating, talking about, oh, one day the tables are gonna turn. They're gonna actually go back home. Go back where we are home. Where I'm gonna go? Georgia, Virginia, South Carolina. Like, they want us to be immigrants so bad, and I think that's where a lot of the resentment comes into play. The resentment, the hatred, the anti-Black Americanness that a lot of immigrants have is because we are not immigrants and we can't be deported anywhere. And I really am deep down in my heart, not all of them, but I feel like some of them really deeply resent Black Americans because we're not immigrants. They don't like us for that. They don't like us the fact that we've never had to go to an immigration office. We're not running from the ice cream truck. Like, they really can't stand us for that. So for her to be up here saying, oh, one day the table's gonna turn and Trump act like he like y'all. Donald Trump is not the first president of the United States. Black Americans been here since before the inception of this country. If they could deport us en masse to somewhere, they would have already done it. Think about all of the horrific things they've been trying to do to wipe us out. It goes deeper than you think. Use your noggin. Clearly, we're not immigrants and they can't send us anywhere because if they could, they would have.
Exactly. They couldn't send us anywhere, so they tried to get rid of us by other means. And none of it has worked because we've been here, born here, and we're likely going to die here. Okay? At the end of the day, we were here before them. All right? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. They can't send us anywhere. And I do believe that's why a lot of these Black immigrants are mad at us. I absolutely believe it. That's a very good point. I believe that many of them are upset because they know that the United States cannot get rid of us, though they try.
They've literally been burning down our establishments, redlining us, doing everything they can to set us back. Right. Everything under the sun, except for what? Deporte, because where they gonna send us? And the fact that she's gloating and like got a smirk on her face, like, yeah, it's gonna happen. No, it's not. The tables are not going to turn to whereas they're going to tell us to go back home because we are home. Y'all really have it in your minds that we're not American. And it's really sad and pathetic that you think this country is just a white man's country. And it is not. It is not. Yes, some white Americans helped to build this country, but Black Americans were here since the very inception as well. Fought in every single war. Did free labor and paid labor to build an economic base for this country. Don't ever get it twisted. Like, y'all really confused. We're not immigrants. What y'all think about this? Sound off in the comments below. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn Way.
She said one day the tables will turn. As if the tables are in our favor right now. They're not, and they never have been in this country. So we don't need for the tables to turn. And then saying some of them pretend to like us. You don't think we know that some of them pretend to like us? Of course we know that. We don't need anyone to try to school us on white folk, specifically not the racist ones, because we know all about them. Okay, we have years of experience and continue to do so.
You're going to start fucking with Black African Americans too. You can't really look at a Haitian and go, that person's Haitian. You can look at a Jamaican and go, that person's Jamaican. But you can't really look at a Haitian and go, that person's Haitian. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comment section if I'm right or wrong. Can you tell a Haitian person when you see one from a Black African American person? Okay, so the point is, when they start rounding these motherfuckers up, American Black people and Dominicans be no Black, y'all gonna be getting round up too. Right? See this.
One thing about it is they have to have more of a reason to round you up than just the way you look at the end of the day. Okay, we don't have French last names. All right, and we have paperwork to prove it, sir. Sit down somewhere. All right. Now, with that being said, let's continue. I really do think they will try to round some of us up, though, trying to act like they think we're some other people. I do believe that. Don't think they won't try it. Trump already told the president of El Salvador that he wanted to get rid of some of the U.S. criminals. And I know he's talking about Black people, but they can't get rid of us, period. Okay, that's what they can't do. Now, listen to this guy talking about how he had to fight, when he was growing up or whatever, with Black folk.
Blacks back in Florida. I didn't understand why when I came. Because I'm like, you Black just like me.
Exactly.
Why you fighting? But they didn't see us like that. You know what I'm saying?
They saw us foreign.
Yeah. Until later on, they then black in Florida started to be like, oh, okay, they understand
more
the struggle.
abrasive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But at first, we used to get into it with blacks. Like, why are we fighting them? They look just like us. But they already have been programmed to fear us.
Did y'all hear that? He said he was wondering why they had to fight with us, but they already, talking about us, had been programmed to fear them. Ah! Fear you for what, sir? We've never feared Haitians. And when you were fighting with the black folk, that's when you were growing up, if I'm not mistaken, sir. And so we know how kids are, okay? We know how kids say things when they see somebody different than them or whatever. Okay, that's kid stuff. There's not any grown black folk out there, no grown FBA out here trying to fight no darn Haitians. We didn't even know that there was a beef until y'all started posting these videos blaming us for your loss of TPS. We didn't even know there was a beef. At least I didn't. I had no clue. I just woke up one morning and saw a post saying that the Haitians are blaming FBA, okay, for them being deported. I'm like, what in the hell do we have to do with it? But he says we've been programmed to fear them. I'm sorry, fear y'all for what now? Well, let's continue.
Exactly. And they go, like you said, them not understanding the culture. And then, because if you watch the Haitian narrative in popular culture, first is number one is voodoo. That's the first thing. So everybody's scared when the majority of us don't even know.
Did he say everybody's scared because they know voodoo? Say what now? Do y'all hear this? So he thinks that we're scared of them because they know voodoo? Sir, we know voodoo too. Quiet as it's kept. We just call it roots. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't some of y'all know how to do roots, and that's the same thing as voodoo and hoodoo down there in New Orleans? I'm sorry. I mean, I don't do those things, but I'm just saying. Yeah, some of us know how to do it too, sir. So there's no need for us to be afraid. You see, our ancestors also engaged in spiritual practices to protect themselves. All right, but let's continue.
Do nothing, have no parts in that, right? Then it turns into the killer. Now we're the killers now. Yeah. We're the gangsters. Now everyone's scared of us because of that. Yep. Now
scared of y'all because y'all are gangsters. What? We have gangbangers here too. Okay, and like this is all just sounding real crazy. This is all okay. Big Chief All-American said we predate voodoo. Exactly. Okay, exactly. DJ The Truth TV said we know all of it. Think we don't? Okay, are they serious? Where are they getting this foolishness from? But we're the idiots? But we're the ones that everybody thinks are so dumb? Sir, we have gangbangers here too. So I don't even know what he's talking about. Okay, saying because they're gangsters, we're scared.
it's more, people are starting to understand this more. Everybody doesn't do voodoo. Everybody's not a killer. You know what I mean? We got regular people and, all these various things. You see what I'm saying? So, but the narrative, it had to change.
We used to fight blacks back in Florida.
Oh my goodness. Listen. Yeah, like I said, that stuff where they're talking about, just like the time the Africans said we used to call them African booty scratchers. We were kids. Okay, we were kids. I'm sorry, make it all make sense. And kids are going to do foolish things. But there's not any grown people walking around here, okay, picking on them, trying to start beefs and fights with them, nor with any other group. Like, that's just all so crazy. Okay, at this point, I don't even know what to tell y'all. Okay, I don't even know what to say at this point. But let's go to this next lady, because she clearly has smoke for us. She clearly does. Michi Boo.
So America, I came to talk to my Black Americans on TikTok. Now, I know that you guys are very relevant. Anybody on TikTok, including myself, I am very relevant, and so are you. But here's the thing. You have a reach, right? You have a reach that your content and what you say reach other people. So I came to talk to you folks today. What's your problem with migrants? The way that I see you guys treating the Haitians. What's your problem? You realize that you treat your slave masters that have enslaved you for centuries better than you're now treating the Haitians. Why are you so?
First of all, I know she didn't. Did y'all hear this? Now, this is a classic case of projection. She said she watches how we treat the Haitians. How are we treating them? How are we treating them? I love Wyclef Jean. Always have. What you talking about here? Okay. How are we treating y'all, ma'am? And then she says, I want y'all to pay attention because what she's really doing is she's low-key trying to call all of us raccoons, saying that we treat our slave masters better than we treat them. No, we don't. No, we absolutely do not. That's lies that she's telling. Okay, this lady's trying to push a narrative, and I don't like it. Truth Brown said she thought she ate for real. I was laughing so hard at her. Yeah, she thinks she is. Okay. Envied Every Day says, I'm in Texas, never met a Haitian. I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest. I only know about 2 or 3. Okay? I only know about 2 or 3 in real life. So how are we mistreating them? Lady, look, if you want to talk down on us, go right ahead, but don't try to make excuses to do so you can justify your own hatred towards us. We're not out here being nasty to any group of people. That's what we're not doing. We don't see what we don't do is we don't sit around and target specific groups and go after them. However, when some of these specific groups can't keep FBA out of their mouths and Black Americans, whatever you want to call yourselves, when they can't keep us out of their mouths and they say nasty things about us, then we will respond to that. But collectively, we are not the ones who instigate these situations. We're not the ones who are being so divisive. Okay? This is all crazy. Somebody said Sidney Poitier, does he count? Oh, nefarious. Hold on. Sidney Poitier was Haitian? I don't know why I thought he was from the Bahamas or something. But anyway, let's continue.
I'm mad at them because they came here and they work hard to achieve the things that they have while you lazy fuck sat on the farewell welfare system because your grandmother, mama, and everybody else was brought up on it. The people.
Y'all hear that? She said we sit on the welfare system because our grandmothers and everybody else were brought up on it. Y'all hear that? I'll have her know that when they started welfare in Section 8 in this country, it was never for us. It was for the white women whose husbands went off to war. That's why they started those systems, honey. Okay, it was for the white women whose husbands went off to war so that they would be able to maintain while they were away. That's why that was created. It wasn't for us. And we're not the ones that are disproportionately on it either, just so you know. Do you all hear this? And then called us lazy ox. Wow, she really went all in. She really went all in. But I want to tell you all something. And she say we worship white. That's a whole white woman talking point. Yeah, it is. She sounds crazy. Queen, these Haitians gonna make me say something. Don't do it, Juju. Don't do it. Okay. DeCarlo says Sydney wasn't talking crap about us. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. But what I will say is this. While she wants to say that we love the slave masters, you know, the funny thing is, the ironic thing is that most of the Black immigrants who come here, they're the ones who love the slave masters. It's a whole lot more of them that are married to people who don't look like them than it is us. Okay, so who really loves the slave masters? But let's continue.
People just want to know.
And Sidney Poitier was one of them, by the way.
Because the majority of you that I see singing praises to that orange fuck, that's what you're on, living in the projects. Majority of the Haitians don't live in projects. Click that. They do not. They work hard to live in good apartments for their kids. But Mr. Trump, here's the thing, Mr. Trump. Once those migrants go home, I want you to take off every single one of these evil fucks off of the welfare system and take away their Obamacare too, sir.
Now she's really hateful. She said take away the Obamacare, baby. A lot of us aren't on Obamacare, boo-boo. Okay, and let me just say, Brelac says Sydney is from the Bahamas. I thought so. He was born here because I remember reading a book. My mother had lots of books when I was a kid, and I remember reading that his parents, if I'm not mistaken, were delivering tomatoes here to sell. And his mother was pregnant, gave birth to him here. So he's actually a Bohemian American. Okay, so but here's the thing. Back to her point. She's sitting here just saying all these disparaging things, talking about living in the projects, and you know, there's a whole lot that I could say, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But if she keeps going in, I'm gonna have to say it. If she keeps going in hard in the paint, I'm gonna have to say it. And Lord knows I'm trying not to. Okay, Lord knows I'm trying not to. But let's continue.
Any one of these able-bodied folks that is talking their Mr. Trump, I know you listen to me. Take away all their welfare from them and let them go clean in the nursing home, sir. No, Mr. Trump. They wanted you to get rid of. Thank you, sir. You're getting okay. All right, you're doing what they asked you to do, sir. But make sure that all those fucks are in the nursing home working and cleaning the shit out of your.
Now I gotta do it. Now I gotta do it because you're going too far. You're going too, she has gone too far. Now, this lady is sitting here talking about us living in projects, okay, and talking about us being on welfare and causing us lazy, okay, after our ancestors built this country for free, off of their blood, sweat, and tears, and fought for civil rights so that people like her could come here. It's a whole lot of nerve and clearly no gratitude, and it's very disrespectful. Now, I don't want to say this because I find this to be disrespectful, and I'm not going to say this about all Haitians, but I'm talking to this lady and people who think like her. Haitians eat mud cookies. Okay? Like the lady that called us dirty Black Americans. Y'all over in Haiti, y'all eat mud cookies and mud pies, primarily to stab off the antagonizing pain of starvation. Now, I don't think that's funny, but it's true. So how dare you talk about somebody being on welfare when you eat mud cookies in your country? And you're only in this one thanks to us and our ancestors' hard work and fighting relentlessly for civil rights. I mean, this is all crazy. Eating dirt is an ancient, culturally practiced folk remedy. Many Haitians, particularly pregnant women and children, traditionally consume this specific clay because they believe it acts as an antacid and provides essential minerals such as calcium and iron. Well, I'm not eating no damn dirt and no mud either, okay? But she is going in on us. I'd rather be on welfare and live in the projects than have to eat mud pies and cakes and cookies. That's all I'm saying. But let's let her continue. Because while she's cooking us, she needs to be cooking the mud cakes.
People's behind. Guys, these fucks are even more upset at people that look like me and them than they are the slave owners that have enslaved them for decades.
She said enslaved us for decades. It was centuries, by the way. Ooh, honey, this is all crazy. I absolutely can't believe what I'm hearing, but let's continue.
Why are you so mad? Because migrants choose to come here and educate our children. They're not in prison serving life sentences or any sentence at all. They're excelling. Not our fault.
Let me tell her something. Hold on. Because didn't I tell you all a myriad of times that the most educated group of people in the United States for at least about 5 years, started in 2018, was Black women, not Haitian women, okay? Black women. But she has the nerve and the audacity. And you mean to tell me that some of her people aren't living here on welfare and in the projects? I'm pretty sure that some of them are. And I'm not poking fun of them. I'm just making a point. Because don't sit here and try to go in on us like we're all just so broke, lazy, and downtrodden and don't want to have anything for ourselves. It's very interesting. These people come here and they get more benefits from this country than we even do when we were born here, but then they want to go in on us. Okay? And this is the kind of stuff that makes people not feel sorry for you when these things happen. All right. I mean, I don't even know where this all came from, just out of the thin air. When Trump said something about removing their protected status, all of a sudden they came for us. We weren't out here gloating and laughing at them. We weren't out here poking fun at them. But now I see, okay, the vitriol, the hatred, the angst from. Let's continue.
I'd like you to look deeply into your own self and your own situation. Migrants come here with a mentality for a better life. You guys have the life right here, and you guys didn't even want it. You threw it down the drain. And now you think that Mr. Trump deporting black and brown people is it's not gonna make your life better. But it will, Mr.
First of all, how would them being deported make our lives better? Our lives and the things that we have doesn't have anything to do with them. Because Haitians are not beating us out of jobs. We're not competing against them, to get ahead in life. That's what we're not doing. But you see, the fact that she's saying these things lets me know that maybe that's how some of them view it, as a competition. Okay? But at the end of the day, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You see, the problem is people like her know that they're on borrowed time. They know that they come here and that any given moment, this government can ship them back from wherever they came. They should have known that if they didn't, and if you had temporary protected status, you should have been trying to make it permanent because you had time to do so. But at the end of the day, they know that they can't ship us anywhere, that the United States can't deport us, no matter what. They just can't do it. It's never going to happen. It's illegal. So with that all being said, this woman is sitting up here spewing all this vitriol and mad at the wrong people. And then she says that we are so in love with Massa, but she's the one talking to Massa, begging Massa to ship us out of here. But honey, the only one getting shipped out of here is you. Okay, the only one getting shipped out of here is you. You can wish us, all the harm and ill will that you want. Pray that we have to stay in projects and stay on welfare and lose our Obamacare and all of the above. But at the end of the day, they're coming for you, not us. But let's continue.
Trump, here's the thing. I said no welfare for no able-bodied people in America. Take it away. We don't care about their kids, because here's the thing. I didn't breed them to give them their kids, Mr. Trump. Take it away from all those fucks. And let's see how it works out for them, Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, here's the thing. You know what? They're really teaching me that I need to focus on what you're doing, or realize that what you're doing is really not a bad thing, sir. It's really not a bad thing. So, Mr. Trump, can you agree with me that once you're finished deporting, all these great people that have worked, that have supported our economy, that those evil fucks wants you to get out, Mr. Trump? Can you just let me know when you take them off the welfare system and when we're going to give them those jobs, sir? Mr. Trump, you told us the other day that you were going to get jobs in the factories. Mr. Trump, that's a great job. Take them out of cotton fields and put them right in the factories. Mr. Trump, I'm not against that either. I'm not against that, sir. But as long as you can promise me that you're going to take these folks off of welfare, food stamps, Section 8, and Obama, whatever care it's called now, then, Mr. Trump, here's the thing. They will learn to appreciate life and appreciate sacrifices that families made to move to this America. So, Mr. Trump, once you succeed in getting what you want to get done, let's put the African Americans to work, sir. Sir, let's put them to work, sir. Please and thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, America, I came to talk to my...
I mean, this is really sad. Now, rather than her, Trump literally called Haiti a shithole country. He called Haiti a shithole country, but she's sitting here addressing Trump about us as if he's her friend. She's the one who loves Massa. I wouldn't ask Trump for a darn thing if he called my country, where I came from, a shithole country and wanted to deport masses of my people. Okay? Make that make sense. Yaya Israel says Trump is not listening to dirt cookie eaters. I mean, listen, Trump and J.D. Vance were the ones accusing them of eating cats and dogs. Do y'all remember that prior to the election? And I bet you some of them still sadly voted for him too. I'll bet you some of them still sadly voted for him. Okay, I just find this all so nefarious. I really do. But here's someone who wants to address her. Let's get into it.
What's your problem? You realize that you treat your slave masters that have enslaved you for centuries better than you're now treating the Haitians. Why are you so mad at them? Because they came here and they work hard to achieve the things that they have while you lazy fuck sat on the farewell welfare system because your grandmother, mama, and everybody else was brought up on it. The people just want to know.
So sis went on a really hostile rant in her full clip, which was almost 5 minutes. I only took like a little bit of that segment because that's really the gist of what she's trying to say. But let me just respond very quickly. I understand that you're emotional. I understand that this is a tough situation to be in. I understand that there's probably some people making trolling comments and saying things that are inappropriate. But this concept that Black Americans are just living on welfare is just a fallacy. I mean, I just looked up Google and 53% of Haitians are living on a major government assistance program to this very day. So we're 50% of our population is not on welfare, right? So, you know, I'm not really sure where this jealousy is that you think that we have for you, and that goes for any migrant population. I don't really know. You don't have anything that we want. You don't have anything that we can't get. Okay. If you really want to flex, then the real flex will be fixing your country. The real flex will be, since you have your own plot of land that is really for you, to actually fix that and actually make that into a paradise for you and your people, right?
Yeah, because didn't she say that at least she has a place to go back to and all of that? That's what some of them are saying. They have somewhere to go back to. Okay, well, we don't need to go back to anywhere because we're right here where we belong. Okay, we didn't flee our country and go anywhere. We stayed here and we fought. Okay, we fought for the things that we want and the rights that we have and for people like you to come here. Okay, even though you disrespect us.
The real flex is not leaving your shit and then coming to somebody else's shit and trying to make a life in somebody else's shit that was already built up and is already set up for you to succeed in whatever way you see fit. Okay, that's not really a flex. We're at home. This is our home. So whatever the hell we choose to do while in our home is really our business. Okay, you are a guest over here. So let's just make that very abundantly clear. We don't have a reason to look at you with envy. Okay, no reason at all. None of you that come over here, especially all of y'all that's coming over here from these third world countries, you do not have anything that we want or that we need. Okay, so I don't know why y'all keep trying to address us. You're the one who is perpetuating white supremacy by using talking points that to basically say that Black Americans are all just living off of welfare. Y'all act like we just got taken over here, dropped off, and just been lazy, kicking up with our feet up with the government taking care of us for the last 400 years. Like we've done absolutely nothing for 400 years. Y'all act like we're trust fund babies that are just benefiting from a mammy and a pappy. I mean, let's be for real, sis. If you was really that hard working, would your country be fucked up like that? Would your country be full of garbage and trash where nobody seems to give a shit about what it looks like? I mean, at the very least, I mean, if you're going to blame the West for all of your downfalls and all of your problems, if you're going to say that it's the West's fault, I mean, at the very least, you could try to take care of it by picking up the garbage off of the ground. I mean, instead of just trashing everything, but, you know, whatever.
And the nerve of her talking about the projects when they have Haiti literally looking like the projects. I'm sorry, but it's true. Exactly. I would have preferred to try to clean up my own country. Okay, that's what I would have tried to do. Get my own house in order. I mean, it's easy to flee and go to another land when the one that you live in is in peril, rather than put it in the hard work and fighting to get it cleaned up and get things back on track. It's so easy just to pack up and get on a flight and, just leave and go elsewhere to build your life and then act like you're all this, that, and the third and better than the people that were already here. It's easy to do that. But what it isn't easy to do is to clean up your own home, sweep around your own front door. Okay, before you come over here talking greasy about us and saying that we don't appreciate anything and all of this. First of all, how does she know? How many African Americans does she know personally? to be sitting there saying what we do or don't think, or how we feel, and what we appreciate or don't appreciate. Like, that's all crazy to me, but let's continue. And also, let me just say this. Let me just put this out there for those who missed it. Because, honey, I know she's not sitting here acting like we're the main ones on welfare. Absolutely not. Black women are the most educated demographic in America. And that's an article from September 21st of 2024. Okay, let's just read a couple of lines. Black women earn more degrees than any other race or gender group in the United States. Despite their education, Black women earn less money than white men and face inequalities. The quality of life for Black women is affected by low pay and health disparities. Okay, they don't pay us what we're worth. So don't sit there and try to act like we're lazy. It's all about discrimination and racism and the hate, anti-Black hatred in this country. That's what it's about, that's holding us down. It is not that we don't have the tenacity to do so or to try to make things better for ourselves. And you see, beloveds, let me tell you all something. This is all the more reason that we should absolutely redistribute our wealth and stop spending our money, okay, with other people that come into our communities when they've been given these government grants. We need to spend our money amongst ourselves, and this is why. Okay, I want you all to pay attention, but I also want to say that I've seen some videos lately of people who look like me saying that, oh, the Black restaurants, they're always charging too much for the food, or oh, these Black nail techs, they're so rude. Let me tell you something. Those people are not FBA. Okay, many of those people are not FBA. They're just masquerading as they are to try to make us look bad and make it look like we're not going to stick together, like we're going to fold, and like we don't even appreciate our own Black-owned businesses. Okay, just like the Cuban guy who's darker than I am, that I told you all, he did a video eating Chinese food and then laughing at us, talking, oh, y'all gonna boycott the Asians? What's that gonna do? Acting like he's one of us. Well, you go on his profile, he's clearly an Afro-Cuban. So these are some of the tactics that they're using to try to make us look stupid, but you absolutely can never. Okay, African-American women have had to fight for their right to an education well into the 20th century. Women were discouraged from pursuing higher education as it was a popular notion that too much education would make a woman unfit for marriage. Women of color and poor women also experienced other structural impediments to their education for much of the nation's history that made it less likely for them to pursue an education. To that end, women were not the most educated demographic in America at that time. Okay, but now Black women absolutely are. Okay, didn't say Haitian women while she's sitting there trying to act like we're all some welfare queens. Okay, just lounging around at home, not doing anything and waiting on a check to come. Please make it all make sense. How dare you? Okay, how dare you?
Temporary. You have temporary protective status. Temporary, as in not permanent, meaning for a period of time. What are we, guys? I don't get what we're all up in arms about. You guys were never citizens. You had time to get your citizenship. You had time to get your paperwork. You had time to get everything in order. And you didn't believe what the government told you. And that's on you. See, you thought that there was going to be some other law, something else that was passed to help you stay here, continue to benefit off our system. No, this administration stands on business. So with that being said, stop ostracizing Black Americans, because key word in Black Americans, we are actual citizens. This is our country. This is our land. And now you expect for us to stand up for you guys when the government was very clear that you had temporary status. 15 plus years. Oh, but I had kids and now what am I going to do? You had 15 years. And in that time, you can't tell me that your life is not better than it was? No, but remember also, you guys are so quick to make sure you differentiate yourself between I'm Haitian and I'm not Black American. No, I'm Haitian. I'm not Black. I'm Haitian. Well, good. Go back home and live in Haiti. And again, I just want to be clear. I have nothing against Haitian people. Nothing like that. But my problem is when you come to Black Americans and say that we need to fight hard for you, you guys are just leaving us out here and these white people are doing this to us and all that. No. Don't put us in that. We have nothing to do with that. We have nothing to do with you not reading your.
Hold on. Let me just tell you all something. We have somebody named Viktor Kuznetsov, who's clearly Russian, because that's a Russian last name, saying Black women are the most enrolled by percentages. We outnumber you people. And also saying that we're telling a bold-faced lie that we're not the most educated. Well, first of all, why the hell are you in Black folks' business? Why don't you go listen to and find you some Russian business to listen to, sir or ma'am, or them, they, us, we, or whatever you want to call yourself? I don't know your pronouns, but let's continue. I just blocked him because get out of here with that.
Documentation and doing what you need to do to be a member of this society. That's on you. So maybe next time, read your paperwork.
Okay, I mean, can y'all pay attention to how the people that don't look like us always want to insert themselves into our business? Nobody's talking to you. Okay, when I start talking about Russians, then you can show up, okay, and show out. All right, let's continue, honey. Like I said, everybody wants to pile in on us. Okay, at the end of the day, sit down somewhere, acting like we're not so smart or whatever. My thing is, whether we are or not, why is he or she worried about it? Okay, Victor, I don't know if you are male or female. Okay, could be trans for all I know. So I'm just saying, I don't want to disrespect you by missing out on those pronouns. Please pay attention.
Thing against Haitians. In fact, I don't even know any Haitians, but some things need to be said. First of all, a good portion of the slave codes and the laws that was enacted against us during slavery was because every time we got together, we rebelled. Whenever you saw 2 or 3 of us together, they panicked because all we did was burn plantations and take out entire slave-owning families because we were rebelling. So this idea that we got revolution from somebody else is completely false. They only talk about Nat Turner because that's the only one that they want to admit. But we constantly rebel all the time. That's why they had so many laws saying you guys cannot gather. Y'all can't gather, y'all can't talk, y'all can't do anything that's not right in front of us because we know what you're going to do. So the idea that Haiti is some kind of like make above us or something, like they're cut from a different cloth, no, that's not true. Here's what happened. Here's the difference between the Haitian rebellion and our many rebellions that we have over here in America. Haiti is an island. It's not even an island. It's a third of an island. And when you look at the geography of Haiti, it's very easily defensible, right? There's this long stretch at the bottom that's only like 30 miles wide. They have a little strip at the top that's just as thin. And then you have a section in the middle that's like all mountains and things like that and stuff. Yeah, it's guerrilla warfare in a condensed space. I looked it up. The square mileage of Haiti is about 10,000 square miles. The square miles of the US is over 3 million. So that's what we were dealing with. And we still got it done. We still got it done. At the end of the day, we still got it done. And here's the important part, okay? Right now in 2026, the Haitians want to convince us that what's most important is the timing. Timing. We were first. But the Haitians themselves, the Africans, the South Americans, all over the world is telling us that timing doesn't matter. It's the quality of the freedom that matters. That's why no one wants Haitian freedom. Even Haitians don't want Haitian freedom. Everyone wants that foundational Black American freedom because it's second to none. No one is trying to appropriate the Haitian Revolution. What are they trying to appropriate? Juneteenth, because it's the quality of the freedom that matters, not the timing. Now, if we had like a small sliver to deal with and a third of an island surrounded by water to deal with, then we probably would have got our independence earlier too. But we got it. And Haitians did not fight the South. Haitians were not advising the generals of the North. We got that together. We fought in the Civil War. Okay, so this idea that we owe you, no, because if that's the case, then look, we still have individuals from the civil rights who are still alive, right? We still have men and women who are the Black Panther Party that are still here today, right? We had men and women from the Black Panther Party that had guns in one hand and they fed their children of the neighborhood with the other hand, right? Do men with guns in Haiti make sure the neighborhood children are eating? See, resting on 200-year-old laurels is not a flex. Doing something 200 years ago and then free falling the entire time, that is not a flex. Now, if Haiti was smart, they would come off of their pride and they would actually take notes and see, hey, how did we do these things? Maybe we can incorporate that into our situation. Because if the most detrimental news that you've heard in a long time that you have to go home, that's not a flex, okay? It's quality that matters, not just the timing. So chill out and maybe look back into your homeland. And if you have that spirit of rebellion, then you can do it again, because the geography does work in your favor. It has before. Take advantage of it. But this idea that you owe us, or we owe you, no, or you wouldn't be here. Everyone would be here taking advantage of the foundation of Black American freedom, because our freedom is second to none. Doesn't matter when it happens.
That's right. And that's just absolute facts. And that's why all of these other groups, including the white folk, when they're out there marching and taking to the streets to protest about anything that's going on, any issue they have, any grievance they want to protest about, who do they call? They call on us. Okay, they call on us. They don't come asking for Haitians. They call on us. Okay, at the end of the day, and that's because they know that we're real fighters for freedom. Okay, and we've always been fighters. Like, sit down somewhere trying to go in on us, honey. I find it all interesting. By the way, there was just a video that came up. Tom Homan calls birthright citizenship a national security issue. I'll go to that in a second, but let's go to this last video. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds.
It's just hilarious that y'all are trying to make it seem like Black Americans are beefing with Haitian people. No one is beefing with no fucking Haitian people. You know what I'm saying? There's literally compilations of y'all dogging Black Americans. There's literally videos of y'all being in the same room with Black Americans, still dogging Black Americans, and Black Americans not saying anything crazy back to you, but just trying to defend their culture. There's y'all will see videos of multiple people dogging Black Americans and hop in these comment sections and full on agree with these people. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when Black American people say, okay, well, I guess it's just us Black Americans and no one else, y'all want to be like, what happened to unity? That unity been broken when y'all come on the internet and make it seem like being closer to the white man is way more better than being closer to Black American people. It's just so insane. Like, I really don't understand this internet shit, because it's like I seen a video of a Haitian dude coming up here and explaining how like Black Americans are so hypocritical when government mistreat y'all see it, but then when it happens to anyone else, y'all become blind and shit like that. When shit happens to us, y'all say, well, maybe if your community wasn't like this. You know what I'm saying? Even though like they don't see, like they see you as a part of community when y'all out here. You know what I'm saying? They don't see you as no Haitian from Haiti or no African from Africa. No, they see you as a Black ass nigga. I found out that they got basically derogatory like slurs and shit for Black Americans, only that they know. You feel me? It's like every group of people got some sort of slur for Black folks. You know what I'm saying? Which is insane. And then like y'all got these secret slurs and shit. This is a little off subject, but y'all got these secret slurs and shit for y'all. And then y'all want to be like, oh, but what happened to unity? Any other group of people always like that shit really be blowing my fucking mind. Y'all don't just come on the internet, you know, on some like simple hating shit like, oh yeah, Black Americans are too light-skinned or something. No, like y'all come up on some straight fucked up hating on a culture ass shit, hating on a whole fucking community, and then want to be like, where the fuck is the unity? Fuck out of here. Like y'all be really blowing my fucking mind. There's multiple people who will come up here and tell you how their own parents taught them not to date Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? Go for the white person. You know, so this isn't just internet shit. This comes from y'all family. This comes from where y'all come from, and y'all bring this shit out here with that racist shit, thinking y'all white or something like that. It's just.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Talking about we love massa, but they're the ones who love the white folk. Okay, they don't care if they're racist or not. All right, please make that all make sense. And they absolutely are taught those things, okay? Not to fool with us. They think we're lazy thieves and killers and all of that. But the people who have pillaged all, from sea to shining sea, who have done all sorts of nefariousness, they're not the problem for them. Please sit down somewhere. It was the people that look just like those same people that led you all to a revolution. Okay? And that have your country in a shambles right now. All right? And tried to kidnap your kids for trafficking and all of the above.
The speaker there talking about whether or not it would require a constitutional amendment or whether or not it could be passed simply by an act of Congress. Whatever it may be, it would seem today that what this ruling does in effect is put a lot of pressure on you. More on enforcement, more on deportations, more on ensuring that we live up to our existing laws.
You're exactly right. I mean, the first thing I saw the decision, which I don't agree with, is okay, now we step up enforcement. We step up more enforcement, even though we're doing record amounts of enforcement now, we need to do more. And not only that, we need to, really buckle down on birth tourism. We have many investigations on birth tourism, but we need to quadruple down on that. And look, I agree with Judge Alito. First of all, I've been doing this since 1984. That's when I started in Border Patrol. This birthright citizenship has always been a major driver for illegal immigration. During the Biden administration, the Yuma Hospital, the El Paso Hospital, 100% maternity beds are illegal aliens. That's not a coincidence. That's not by accident. But it's always been a driver for illegal immigration. But more importantly, it's a national security issue because the birth tours investigation I'm aware of, you got nationals from China and Russia coming here by the thousands, having a baby and leaving. Now, so we have U.S. citizens by the thousands and this continued by the millions living in countries that I think are adversaries to us that can come here and have an impact on how this country is run.
Now, someone said that Roland Martin is Haitian. Yes, I absolutely know that. Okay, that's why he wouldn't say that he was black when the wanted supremacist Richard Spencer asked him about it when he was on TV 1 years ago. But speaking of Roland Martin, let's go to his video because he had a whole lot to say about Megyn Kelly, as he should have. But nonetheless, he really was very upset about what she said about him and his people. Let me put an overlay on here. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
100 Syrians in jeopardy. Now, here's the thing that's crazy here. You have, and if you want to understand how MAGA thinks, you want to understand why they're thinking this way, all you have to do is listen to that violent racist Megyn Kelly, who showed her ass when she said this.
For over a dozen years. Go home. Get out. We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values. You being here only dilutes it for us. Services and...
Let's just be real clear. Megyn Kelly is a fucking idiot. And the reason she's a fucking idiot is because she just sat there and repeated the bullshit lie about cats and dogs. That was a story made up by a white woman who actually had her dog returned. It's a bullshit lie. But not only that, it also shows you how this airhead so-called lawyer hasn't even read shit. Okay? She went on and on and on, Nicole, about, our culture. Heifer, let me explain something to you. The largest land purchase in the United States was a Louisiana purchase, which was a result of slave revolt in Haiti in 1804. You talk about culture? You don't have fucking culture, Megyn Kelly, without Haitians. What the hell do you think New Orleans is? We can go on and on and on and literally break down the culture that Haitians have provided to the United States. Her no dancing ass needs to understand that as well. But then she cited, oh my God, the people in Springfield, they've been dealing with these people and they've been drunk driving. Really? Do y'all recall 60 Minutes? When they went to Springfield, Ohio, and they talked to a white man, CEO of a company, and this is what he said about those Haitians.
it started slowly. We had
Hold on, I'm gonna skip past this because I don't show anything from 60 Minutes on here. Okay, because I don't want any smoke with YouTube.
Than what we're used to in our community, Nicole. He's saying these white folk don't work as hard as the Haitians.
You know, first of all, for this white woman to say that her and her people are the ones that built this country is laughable, because we know that the United States was built on the backs of Black people, immigrants, people of color, everybody but white people. We did the hard labor to get us where we are today. And the foundation of America was built on immigrants. That's why we have the Statue of Liberty in New York. So now for her.
Okay, that's all crazy. That's all crazy. Quiet Storm said, I'm still trying to figure out what culture she's talking about. Okay. I mean, only thing that I know that it's part of their culture is green bean casserole and shepherd's pie. And the nefarious pagan holidays. That's about it. But hold on. I just find it all very interesting that they want to drag us and have nothing to say about Trump and his minions going in on them. Least of all, not Megyn Kelly. Okay, didn't say one word about that. Not one of them did a video refuting what she said, going in on her at all. Okay, and she had a whole lot of vitriol about them. She was really going in. So, you know, they shouldn't be saying anything about us as far as I'm concerned. But listen, let's talk about Trump real quick before we roll out. Because when they say Trump is having a terrible day, okay, let's get into it. This is from yesterday. You all heard about Trump's reflecting pool. Hold on, let me talk about that real quick, because I've been meaning to tell you all this and kept forgetting. But y'all know Trump spent $16+ million on that reflection pool. Now, I didn't know he spent that much, honestly. Somebody corrected me the other day when I was talking to them about it, because I thought that it was more like 3 to 5 million. But 16+ million for a makeover of the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool aimed to repaint the pool American flag blue. Y'all remember when I first reported on it? And to upgrade its filtration. However, days after being refilled, the pool turned bright green with algae. The new paint began to peel and the pool floor was damaged, resulting in the pool needing to be drained for extensive repairs. Ooh, honey, 16+ million gone down the drain, literally. This is all so crazy. This goes to show how much of a fool Trump really is. Okay, the project's cost ballooned from an initial estimate of roughly $1.5 million to over $16 million. See, that's where I got my figure from, because I remembered it was more on the lower end. I didn't know he had done all of this. Now, the government awarded a no-bid contract to Atlantic Industrial Coatings, a Virginia-based firm that previously did work in one of Trump's golf courses. Okay, one of his golf clubs. So anyway, they did a terrible paint job, I guess. And despite the installation of an advanced ozone nanobubbler filtration system, severe algae blooms quickly overtook the pool. Experts suggest that municipal tap water used to fill the pool introduced phosphorus compounds that act as food for the algae. So they fed the algae and made it grow even more so. So that American blue pool turned green. Okay, turned green. But anyway, let's talk about why they say Trump's having a bad day. This was reported yesterday.
Trump is having a pretty terrible day for a couple monumental reasons. Let's go through them all. First and foremost, Donald Trump is throwing a state fair in D.C. to celebrate America's 250th birthday. But this state fair has turned into the bane of his existence. Over the course of the last couple days, videos and photos of close to nobody in attendance at this fair have been going very viral all over the internet. And this has been making Trump mad. If you know anything about Trump, you know that he loves big crowds. So in response, he now has members of his administration attempting to gaslight the public into thinking that their crowds are massive when they maybe have 10 people. And TMZ caught a very funny clip of it. Check this out.
It's because there's tons of...
Hold on, let me get my overlay. I don't want any copyright claims.
People here. It's a huge space, and it's just going to get more and more crowded as the week goes on. Not only do we have a lot of people.
So that's absolutely hilarious. And I have a smile on my face knowing that Trump has a frown on his. That's the first big loss. Huge embarrassment for the Trump administration. Let's move on to the second. Today, the Supreme Court upheld the ruling from Donald Trump's sexual assault case by refusing to even hear his appeal. First and foremost, this is a massive win for victims of sexual violence everywhere. Close to 3 years ago, a jury ruled that he sexually abused E. Jean Carroll, and since then, he has been attempting to contest and appeal that ruling to every court he can. That stops now because the Supreme Court has let the ruling stand. And of course, in response, he's furious, crashing out on Truth Social, throwing a tantrum like he does whenever things don't go his way. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that follow button.
Poor Trump. Poor Trump. The pool turned green because he's green with envy over Obama. Okay, just like October said. Obama jealousy green. Trump's so lame. Yes, he is. And then think about it. He's orange and his reflection pool is green. Okay? Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, I love to hear it. I love to hear Trump has a bad day. Okay? Please pay attention. Okay, so with that all being said, beloveds, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. And listen, I will be back in the morning with your morning wake-up call. Until then, beloveds, enjoy the rest of this beautiful day, and I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got